is a non-profit organization in South Africa focused on youth education, development and empowerment. Programs are aimed at underprivileged youths aged 5 to 18 living in challenged and vulnerable communities in and around Cape Town. With a staff of dedicated coordinators, facilitators and volunteers from all over the world, the foundation currently runs after-school programs at schools in Nyanga, Crossroads, Guguletu, Philippi, Khayelitsha and Manenberg, each hosting up to 300 children per day. Various cultural and educational activities offer students healthy alternatives to all the negative influences and unlocks their creative talent. These programs run from Mondays to Thursdays as well as Saturdays, with a meal being offered to each child daily. During the school day, the Youth Literacy Program reaches hundreds of children in various schools. This supplements the shortcomings of the educational system in the challenged and vulnerable communities. Groups of children are taught the violin, guitar, recorder, brass, marimba, choir at various times and at different schools and venues in the townships. In our HIV/AIDS prevention program, children are educated about the dangers and causes of HIV/AIDS and substance abuse through peer education. Striving to create a new order of artistic excellence, drama, visual art and dance is an especially effective tool in allowing children to express themselves and to convey the important message of prevention, danger and causes of HIV/AIDS, abuse and violence.
Who eats a frog?
The Greening, Environment and Poverty Alleviation Program works to teach children the importance of health and nutrition, respect for the environment, growing vegetable gardens, poverty alleviation, and much more. Coached by enthusiastic foundation staff members and volunteers, the Sports Development Program provides an opportunity for local youth to develop their skills and to channel their energies into healthy and constructive activities. Because of the success of our programs over the last decade and our mission to continue the reconciliation process between South Africa's privileged and less privileged citizens, various measures have been put into place to ensure future sustainable income, such as the Amy Beale Cultural Township Tours. The sale of Amy's Rose, Amy's Wines, Amy's Bread, My School Card, as well as the Relate bracelets also bring in a much-needed source of income. Funding and support is needed to continue and grow our vast array of successful programs. The number of children we can reach is directly proportionate to the amount of funding we are able to raise. We are appealing to individuals and organizations for support so that we can continue our vision of providing a brighter future with greater opportunities for children from challenged and vulnerable communities.
And that's the beautiful work that the Amy Foundation does to our South African society. We'd like to thank them so much for doing that amazing work. And today, it is a Monday, so we're celebrating all things hashtag Monday Motivation. So go to social media and interact with us on social media about this hashtag. We're at Ekse_live on Twitter, and on Facebook, we are on Ekse on Cape Town TV. And we asked you to send through your Monday motivational quotes on our social media platforms, and you did exactly that. So I'd like to read some of those to you today, just to kickstart off your week on a very high note. This one says, stay positive, work hard and make it happen. The next one says, some days I wish I could go back in life, not to change anything, but to feel a few things twice. That's actually quite profound. Feeling some, feelings twice is absolutely something that I think we need to kind of reminisce on as human beings. The third one and the last one that I'll read for today says, you don't need their apology to forgive them, and don't make it a requirement for you to move on. Never let your peace depend on what people will do next. One thing waiting does is prolong the pain. Oh my, keep them coming, guys. The hashtag is hashtag Monday Motivation across all social media platforms. And right now, though, we'd like to welcome onto our Yellow Couches with Q and Utoko. We are joined by Managing Director Kevin Chaplin and a Hospitality Youth Skills Development learner, Udi Kepo, if I'm saying it correctly, who are from the Amy Foundation, which provides the best children and youth programs where all can achieve and succeed in life. Q, take it away.
Yes, we are, of course, sitting with the Amy Foundation. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Firstly,
Good.
I'd like to ask, did Vuya say your name right? We have to address
I
that.
tried.
Debuho.
Teboho.
Yeah.
Ditebuho.
Teboho. Wow.
Lovely. TK's
Something
holding
I've
us
learned
down.
today. Welcome to the show.
Because
Thank
they're
you.
cool.
Oh, we are teta.
Yeah, teta.
Oh,
So right in January.
Dipilile.
Oh, my heart is so warm.
Ndiyakukhumbula kakhulu.
Usikhumbula laphi?
Ewe. About 1 year ago.
Oh. It's very good.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
tell us.
Say, it is a hashtag Monday Motivation. So tell us more about the Amy Foundation. What is the vision of the foundation?
So the Amy Foundation is to change lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we live and breathe for every day. To give youngsters between the age of 5 and 35, because
35, wow.
youth in South Africa is up until 35.
True,
Yeah.
true.
And it's really to give them opportunities that they would never have before. And that's what we love to do.
And
is
how long have you guys been running this program for?
the Amy Foundation started way back in 1998,
Okay.
but we used to only focus on after-school programs up until 2016.
Okay.
And in 2013, 2014, we realized that we were doing all this great work with up to 18-year-olds, and then we weren't resourced to get them into careers, into employment, into skills. And that's when we said we've got to start youth skills development and training.
Yeah.
So we started that in 2016.
Okay.
And did how
Hi, Boyo. Boyo.
tell us about when did you join the program and how has it helped change your life?
I joined the program in beginning of Feb
This year.
This year.
this year.
Oh wow.
I heard from a friend, basically after matric, went to study coding as a web developer. So hospitality was not something in my mind. So I was like, okay, I'm doing nothing. I'm staying at home. So I was like, okay, let me just give it a try. I went to the program. Then I fell in love with it, and I was sent to 12 Apostles for a month internship.
Okay.
Yeah, just came back now last month.
And how was that for you?
Wow.
Yeah, it was mind blowing. It was a
Yeah.
learning experience because I had to it wasn't only focusing on the kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
I had to do front of house, F&B, housekeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was so exposed to many
Different-
departments of it. Yeah.
And
That's so
it looks like
beautiful.
it's a holistic approach into grooming these young people. What specifically do you focus on when developing young people?
So we give the youngsters a opportunity to choose between hospitality, sewing, craft and design, beauty and wellness, but I see we don't need that here. These ladies can come and teach us. And then the fourth discipline they can choose is technical skills, which we're proud to have only launched a few months ago. It was baby steps, having only started in 2016, but it's a 3-month program that we run. So we run various intakes through each year. Am I talking to everyone?
All of us.
You're a family here.
And they come first of all on an orientation week,
Okay.
and they get exposed to all the different opportunities, including just learning about self-esteem and what are the career opportunities out there and what does it take to be successful in life. After that week, they can then choose which discipline they want.
And you were telling us a little bit earlier on before we came on that the piece that you're wearing also was designed and sewed by one of the students.
Yeah, we're cute.
And so, firstly, I'm impressed and I want a piece myself.
I made this.
And I want to know what do you guys when you're doing the training and you're taking them to these professions, is there a linking way that you guys make sure that you get them the perfect job for what they've studied for with the specific companies? Or is it sort of like you put them in one pool and someone comes and scouts?
So they need to apply every time we have an intake. We get applications and then we sift through and we take, like now I think we've got about 100 students between our intakes at the moment. And once they choose which discipline they want to do, we then we take them through the process. And at the end of the 3 months, we help them with their CV. But obviously, if a person's in hospitality and realizes, but I want to move into sewing craft, that's where my passion lies. Because sometimes only when you're in it, you realize where does your passion lie.
True.
And because throughout the program, we're also teaching them, business etiquette, business ethics, attitude, so that by the time the program comes to the end of the 3 months and we're doing their CV, we now start talking to our partners. That's the critical success factor, that we've got partners we've built up. So if you're in the sewing, craft and design, we'll be talking with Trueworths and YDE and others. In the beauty and wellness, it'll also be hotels and spas, but some of them even go into reception positions. It depends where their passion lies. Clicks is another one. In hospitality, it'll be Pick and Pay, it'll be 12 Apostles Hotel, restaurants and others. I mean, it really just depends on the learner and also what they would want to do.
Excitingly enough, it is school holidays now, right? So the students who are out there or chilling at home and don't really have anything to do, what programs do you have for them for this school holidays that are currently?
So at the moment, obviously we're full with our youth skills development for the 18 to 35. But for the after-school programs, we're running programs in Gugulethu, in Bonteheuwel, where the younger students come. And there it's music, drama, dance, sport, because we use those activities and disciplines to focus the youngsters. Because, the stats are terrible in South Africa.
Yeah.
Over 50% of youngsters who start grade 1 drop out of school before writing grade 12. Writing grade 12. That's how scary it is. And then we talk about the teen pregnancies, the violence, the gangs. So that's why we like to get them involved in those sort of activities during the school holidays. We don't have enough resources to involve other youngsters in the hospitality and that, but our bigger vision, as we raise more funding, we want to also start vocational skills training for the grade 10s, 11s and 12s.
Okay.
So we've got after school programs and we've got the youth skills for the 18 to 35, and then hopefully soon, well, when I say soon, it all depends on funding, that we can do the grade 10s, 11s and 12s, so that we're starting to get them ready for finishing grade 12 and coming on our programs. And that's been, for me, the most remarkable thing. I mean, Sibulelo making these, we've got Pakamani who makes shoes, we've got Sibusisi who started at 11 years old with us. In guitar, in music, and then now he's a training manager at Pick and Pay.
Wow.
We've got Akono who started when he was 9 and in sport and peer education, greening. He's a top shot at the 12 Apostles now. He went to London with him.
So you
This
did
is
mention
exciting.
Gugulethu and Bonteheuwel. What other communities do you guys work with?
We used to work in a lot more communities,
Yeah.
but funding really was
There's a
tough for
problem.
us. We used to,
Yeah.
up until last year, we were in Kailicha, we were in Philippi, we were in Crossroads, but funding was tough. I cannot explain how tough it was.
So,
And so
Kevin,
sadly, we had to downsize.
You've mentioned a couple of success stories, but I think it's time for us to check out on our insert some more of those exciting success stories from the Amy Foundation.
Hello, my name is Amanda Simbulele Maka. I'm 20 years old and this is my home in Gugulethu. Growing up in such a township, it's very difficult because as teens, we have many challenges such as teenage pregnancy, drugs, gangsterism. One of the things that I did in order to grow myself as a person, I joined the Amy Foundation.
We We are very proud to share with you that since 1998, thanks to our dedicated team of facilitators, coordinators, partners and donors, we are now running 5 after-school centres in the townships of Guguletu, Crossroads, Philippi, Khayelitsha, Bonteheuwel. The children can choose from a variety of disciplines: music, drama, dance, sport, literacy, greening, you name it.
Anytime, time to play, time to be free, time to be me.
In the AIM Foundation, I joined the choir because I love singing. We had to learn songs that we didn't know.
Guys, please let us focus. Né?
We had to practice and practice lyrics until we understood them. But mostly we enjoyed being together and singing the songs.
I started at the Emmy Foundation in 2010. I went to each and every different classes there, but I fell in love with one class, which is the peer education class. The Emmy Foundation changed my life in 2012. That's when I lost my mom. So I had given up all hope, but then the specific class that I was in, the peer education class, everybody there was there for me through that difficult time. They showed me love, they showed me care, they showed me support through what I was going through. And most of all, they gave me courage to go on again. They gave me that fight, that drive in me.
There was an opportunity where you had to apply for a position to go.
Oh man, my heart is titillating with joy as I'm seeing these amazing success stories from the Amy Foundation. But I think before we let them go, we'd like to ask them just one question. If I'm a young person and I'd love to join this NPO and I'd love to be part of this amazing initiative, how do I become part of it? Anyone?
Okay. You can log on their website as Amy Foundation. You can go through their offices and drop your CV. Just need to be 18 and less than 35 for the youth development program.
Okay. And where are their offices based?
In Athlone, just over the bridge on your left-hand side from Athlone Police Station.
Okay.
Yeah, Klipfontein Road, start of Klipfontein Road to Duckbread Street. So it's as Ditebogo says. As Ditebogo says, drop your CV. You can www.amyfoundation.co.za. We're also on Facebook, Amy Foundation, Twitter, Instagram.
All of them.
Everybody can
It's for the youth. Come on, who's the target market?
Yeah, and we've got wonderful people, Anele there, who really tracks the students, talks with the students. So please also email info@amyfoundation.co.za. You can email us the CV, as Ditebogo says.
Guys,
Okay, so when at Tebogo, what is it that you're doing currently, specifically in hospitality?
I cook.
You cook, so you're a chef.
Where's
Yeah.
the food?
So where's the samples?
come on.
Nah,
Terrible.
Where can we go tasting your food?
just come to the offices. Yeah.
Okay,
Then-
so you cook for the office.
There's an invite.
Yeah,
you see?
yeah.
Okay, and
Nice.
then about this piece
That's
that you're wearing
nice.
and the person who made it, where do I contact them?
Siabulela, yeah, you contact us.
Also one of the students.
Through the
One
offices.
of the students, we'll put you in touch. He'll take measurements,
Hey,
check it
Yeah.
out.
Listen, these people are doing a real
It's
business.
a beautiful.
We're making jackets now.
Yeah.
We want like our jackets.
And you were telling us
Very
that you
nice.
took 15 girls to France last year, so this has traveling things as well.
Wonderful opportunities.
benefits.
Ukuhamba kukubona, you see?
Yes.
It's honestly, I believe in that 100%. I mean, we took girls to Ireland about 7 years ago. Sisona, Nosaviwe, they now got degrees, you know. The 15 girls we took to Los Angeles
Yeah.
to sing in a choir. It's opened their minds. Now we've got
Thank
Siabulela going
you
to France
so
next
much,
month.
We're
Kevin.
coming
Thank
to
you
your
so much. We
offices.
thank you
Big
for the
up,
work
big
that
up,
you're doing.
big
It's
up.
absolutely amazing. Let's go to a quick commercial ad break. There's so much more of hashtag Monday Motivation right here on Ekse on Cape Town TV. We love you.